Hi, I'm Anna and I'm here today with Adrian Spear. Now, Adrian is a mindfulness trainer. Do you know what that is? Have you ever meditated, or have you ever heard of meditation or wanted to meditate? Well, mindfulness training is something in that area, really. Why don't we get Adrian to tell us all about it? How are you, Adrian?
Good, Anna. How are you?
I'm pretty well.
Thank you for having me on the show today. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Okay, basically, mindfulness is living in the now, if you basically want to boil down to it. It's not... See, many people are consumed with living in the past. They feel guilty about things which have happened in the past, or they're concerned about, thinking about all these things which are going on in their mind, and it's really missing what they should be doing, is concentrating on the now. Or if they're not doing that, they're thinking about the future. Like they're worrying about things. They're worrying about their children, the dog,
yes.
their parents. Are they going to go into heaven? Everything possible they worry about, and that's consuming that's consuming everything, but except living in the now.
Oh, yes.
And this is one of the things that I concentrate on in mindfulness training.
Yes. Well, it's interesting. I know that it's so easy to get carried away with your thoughts. Mindfulness. Just our mind in itself is just so busy, isn't it? And
Of course it is, yeah.
And I know when one little thing can happen, and you can think about all the consequences, the possible consequences of that.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're in some imaginary future with all these terrible events that have happened.
Yeah.
And in fact, you're still just sitting on the lounge with this event not even happened yet,
Of course, yeah.
So we cause ourselves a lot of grief and anxiety that is unnecessary. And your training will really help us control that.
Yeah.
So when you say a trainer, so this isn't like meditation classes, or it is?
Well, I teach meditation. People come to my classes because they're stressed, they want to relax, or they can't sleep, or they've got health issues. They come to the classes and they're looking for something. Others, it's always something to do with relaxation in some way, shape, or form. But I teach them that when they're at there, I teach them meditation techniques which help them relax and which help them de-stress. But I also teach them about how to live their life and concentrate on the now, on being mindful. When they're eating, for example, what do most people do? They eat in front of the TV, or they eat in front of the computer. They're sitting there, they're not actually concentrating on what they're doing and digesting the food, and actually experiencing the process of eating and tasting the magnificent sensations in your mouth, what your jaw's doing, what your whole body's doing. Instead, they're watching the TV, or they are consumed with what their work.
Yeah.
And so these types of things, that mindfulness walking, mindfulness eating, just being in the now.
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Being present for what's going on.
Exactly right. Yes,
now.
exactly right.
Yeah. Oh, it's a very, very healthy thing to learn, I think. I think a lot of us miss out on what's happening right now, because I think my experience is that most people do actually live mostly in their past or their future, and are very, very rarely, in fact, right here, right now. And so I think this is very valuable stuff that you're teaching. Where do you teach?
Well, at the moment I'm running courses at Little Bay.
Yes.
I'm running one at the beginning of next year in botany, actually.
Oh, yeah?
And I think October, I'm running a 2-day workshop up in Cabarita.
Okay.
Lake Cabarita. It's like a restaurant. I'm doing there's a lady there that runs like a paleo healthy restaurant type of thing on the water there at the lake, and we'll be running. There's a hypnotherapist. I'm doing a course with this lady who's into nutrition, so it'll be on nutrition. Deal with yourself and mindfulness, meditation, all mixed into one.
Yeah, a 2-day course. So that sounds fun. And botany, of course, is where we are right now.
Well, very local.
I'll have to find out. Are you doing classes there? Or,
I run an 8-week course.
Oh, yes.
I run an hour a week. But the people get, I'm not going to say that they get homework, because homework's got a negative spin on it.
Connotation to it.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is that I give them value added exercises at home.
Fantastic.
So
now that's marketing.
so they feel good about doing their value-added exercises at home,
Yeah.
and it works.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
they've got to. But people that join a meditation course, they've got to be persistent. They've got to be willing to change what they do. They've got to be willing to sacrifice the time to learn these things I'm teaching them.
Yes.
Because if they don't really sacrifice the time and really be willing to learn, then they're basically wasting their time.
Well, you get out of anything what you put into it.
Exactly
right.
right.
Really,
Yes.
don't
Exactly.
you?
Yeah.
Is what you teach similar, or do you know much about transcendental meditation? Is it a different approach? Or?
No, I don't actually teach any of that because I'm not skilled in that area.
Yes, I don't know a lot about transcendental meditation myself, but I've read recently a little bit about it, and it sounds very it sounds like a real method as well. I mean, I've done different meditation classes over the years, and studied Buddhism for a while, and did a lot of meditating with that as well. But yours sounds quite structured and like a real approach. Like you're really teaching techniques.
Yeah, well, I do.
Which sounds very interesting.
I teach techniques, but I also do a bit of self-improvement also.
Yes.
Because you've got people that, well, just take anger for example, the emotion of anger. I teach people in my courses about anger. Now, people tend to, let's say they have a thought and then they react to it, and they react to it negatively, as in anger. Someone violates their principles or whatever, then they become angry. So I teach people to have the thought and then think about it and then act instead of react. And if you train your mind enough, if you're mindful enough, you can catch yourself before you have the feelings of anger. And then you just don't get angry at all.
Yeah, and you don't let yourself run away with those
Exactly.
feelings.
You can
before
catch
you even know what's happening.
Emotions. It's all about, and I teach them to detach from results. People look at things as failure or success, and it's just a result. That's all it is. So just take for the example the golf ball. I don't play golf, by the way, but if I was to swing a ball and I didn't hit it 200 metres, didn't hit it 200 metres, just sort of dribbled off to the side, I look at that as just a result.
Yeah.
It's not a failure. It's just a result, and that's what people have got to think. They don't have to be their best all the time. They just have to do what they want to do.
So it's taking judgment out.
Exactly
a lot.
right. Remove judgment.
Because we judge ourselves
it.
as well as everybody else an awful lot.
Absolutely, yeah.
Every day.
So I don't just do meditation. I don't just do the mindfulness. I do the whole thing. I tend to think that I not just help them learn a technique to calm them down, but I help them in everyday life situations.
Okay, Adrian. Thank you very much for joining us
Thank you very
tonight.
much, and I appreciate the time. Thank you.